I'm in Jerusalem now, the capital of Israel. It's somewhere around the 23rd of July, July 23rd, 2020. It's a Corona time, but I started the video now because I wanted to say that the windmill that you see in front of you is at Yemin Moshe neighborhood, which is the first, one of the first neighborhood outside the wall of the city. Then if you want to go there, Yemin Moshe, everyone knows where it is. Moshe, Moses, Yemin, left. Then let's go to see and let's talk about the windmill when we'll be there. Well, that's the windmill, and it's not so old, because what is really old is the old city of Jerusalem. For example, the Dormition Church and the walls, which actually it's not old too. Nothing is really old, but you can see the Judean desert there. And I'm not sure that you can see it, but the far away, it looks like emptiness. That's the mountains of Jordan and the Dead Sea. Then about the windmill. First of all, I want you to understand that the neighborhood around it wasn't exist at that time. The windmill is a project of Sir Montefiore. Moses Montefiore was a Jewish sir from Britain, and he decided to help the Jews. He wanted them to do two things. The first of all, to go out of the walls, and you can see a little bit of the walls, and to settle down around the city, because it was difficult to be in the city. That's for a different movie. And he built it in 1857, actually 1856, but 1857 it started to function, and it actually worked for 20 years. But there are two things here. The first one, there's no wind. Look at the trees. Today it's a windy day. Then you can understand that it's a little bit problematic. Secondly, most of the crops came from the Arabs themselves, and they prefer to take it to an Arab operator to deal with it. Then in that case, today it's not functioning, but it's a symbol, one of the symbols of Jerusalem. And let's go, let me take you to another viewpoint to see the windmill for a different perspective. But today it's a museum for Moshe Montefiore and kind of organization of the wine of Jerusalem. And let me see it. Let's us go and see it. And I want you to see another building that he built together with the windmill. I know that it's difficult to see. This is the carriage that Montefiore used when he traveled the world in Europe, in Russia, but not in Israel. He couldn't use it in Israel because the wheels, I mean, there were no roads, and he couldn't use it here. That's the windmill again. I want you to understand that the Israelis used it as a viewpoint to the old city. In 1948, when the British left, the Jordanian conquered the old city, although it was supposed to be part of United Nations, and then the British didn't like the idea that we are there. Then they bombed the upper part of the windmill. Then in that case, until 1967, the upper part was missing. And only in 1967, after the 6-day war, we built the other part of it. Here it is, the windmill. July 2020, Israel, Jerusalem.